And since that point, I've been able to make over $100,000 in regards to that program, and it hasn't even been a year yet. So when I first started my YouTube channel and I was looking for my own motivation out there in terms of being able to continue on this journey, I could only find YouTubers out there who had 100,000 plus subscribers talking about how they were monetized and the hundreds of thousands as well as millions of dollars that they were making. And ultimately, while I found this to be super motivational, I also found it to be a little bit overwhelming and daunting. I wanted to make sure that I was able to level set with myself, that my journey may look a little bit different than theirs. So I searched for an opportunity for me to find YouTubers who were smaller, who were on a very similar journey as me, and ultimately being able to understand their stories and how they were able to go about monetization. Well, to my surprise, there were not a lot of stories out there in regards to it, which is part of the reason why I want to go about leveraging this YouTube channel to tell you that it is possible for you to make over $100,000 with only having a small subscriber base. And I want to talk a bit about how I was able to do that. So if you're interested in learning more, then stick around. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha here with Subscribers to Clients, where I talk all things business, finance, and personal growth. As mentioned, I was at a point in early 2022 where I was starting my YouTube journey, and ultimately why I was always out there looking for motivation in regards to how I could ultimately get to be that big YouTuber who had the hundreds of thousands of subscribers and was making millions of dollars from YouTube. I knew that that journey might take me a little bit longer. Part of the reason is because the content that I was putting out on YouTube was very niched in nature. So my channel, The Business Recruiter, or TBR for short, is focused on providing information in regards to how individuals can start their own recruiting or staffing agencies and ultimately be successful at doing it. So as you can see, this is extremely niche. Not everybody is going to go on YouTube and search how to start a staffing agency or how to start a recruiting agency. With that being stated, I knew that my success on YouTube was going to be a little bit daunting in regards to being able to hit that 100,000 subscriber mark or being able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars after I was able to get monetized. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that journey. So when I first started my YouTube channel, I will say that it took me a while in order to be able to get to my first 1,000 subscribers. It probably took 6 or 7 months for me to be able to hit that mark. Now, with that being stated, that's not to discourage you. It's just to say that when you're thinking about the niche that you're ultimately going to sink into in terms of the content that you're putting out on YouTube, you want to be very mindful about the fact that you might be putting yourself into a box where it might take you a little bit longer in regards to being able to get that subscriber base. Now, I will say that 1,000 subscribers probably was the longest and hardest journey that I have been on so far with YouTube, outside of the journey of trying to get monetized, because I felt like it just took so long in order to get that 1,000. Once I hit 1,000, the next 1,000, so me being able to hit 2,000 subscribers, came a lot quicker. And ultimately, I'm very close to hitting 3,000 subscribers, and I probably will hit that before this month is over. So with that being stated, just keep in mind that the work that you do in the very beginning is going to be extremely important for you to be able to hit those milestones. Ultimately, for you to be able to get that first 1,000 subscribers. Once I got that 1,000 subscribers, I decided that I wanted to actually go about trying to put together a program. The ask was out there in regards to me being able to share that information in a more organized and packaged way. So I actually went about beta testing. In the very beginning, I did sales calls. I had my private Facebook group that I had set up ultimately in order to be able to connect with my audience, but found that honestly just was not enough. So with setting up my private Facebook group, I was ultimately able then to sink into what the sales calls would be. And then from the sales calls, was able to get my first 2 beta clients. Now, those first 2 beta clients that I was able to get was extremely exciting and rewarding, but it was also very nerve-wracking for me. I had never in a million years thought that I would be teaching something in regards to how to go about starting a recruiting or staffing agency. So with that being stated, it did take a lot of trial and error. I put together a very rough outline in regards to what that program was going to be. And this at that point was me working one-on-one with those individuals. I continued to scale, continued to believe in myself, and continued to reiterate my program. Ultimately getting to a point where I was no longer doing sales calls, but actually leveraging YouTube as well as my Facebook group as my funnel to actually do live program launches. And from those live program launches, I was able to go from having those 2 beta students to ultimately having 10, 12, 13, 14, 20, 35, 50, 55 students at this point in regards to those individuals who have been able to go through my program, all without me doing any sales calls. Now, I did play a lot with the pricing in terms of my program and ultimately aligning it to the value that I knew that I was going to be able to bring. And I'm in the process of actually going through and always reiterating my program. So one, it can be better. Two, I can make sure that there is updated content in regards to things that are currently happening within the world right now. But three, so that I also have the opportunity to update my pricing in regards to my program. Well, ultimately, all of these elements combined created an opportunity for me to be able to have a program that was successful that I created over a year ago, because my program didn't actually launch officially until September of 2022. And since that point, I've been able to make over $100,000 in regards to that program, and it hasn't even been a year yet. And I'm extremely blessed about that and extremely excited about that. But I also recognize all of the hard work that went into it. It was really me being able to think outside of the box and try to find a different way to get monetized on YouTube outside of the YouTube monetization associated with Google AdSense. And that's not to knock the goal, because ultimately I just recently got monetized on YouTube about 3 or 4 weeks ago in regards to me being able to officially get an income from Google AdSense, and it feels great and it feels amazing. And currently I'm tracking to only making $60 since I've been able to get monetized, but it was a huge goal for me to get to that point. But I say all of that to say is that you do have other avenues in terms of you being able to make an additional income. And if you're looking to replace your 9-to-5 job, or just again make some additional income on the side, you have the opportunity to be able to do that outside of just the traditional route of Google AdSense via YouTube monetization. This is where a coaching program can really come into play and can really be lucrative for you if you package it in the right way. And ultimately, it also allows flexibility for you to determine what's the best way for you to go about doing it. Is it more one-on-one coaching that you provide, or is it more group coaching and there's a combination of maybe live calls as well as private calls that you're doing? Ultimately, there's a lot of flexibility in how you can go about operating your program. Well, if you want to learn more about how I was able to put my program together and ultimately reach the level of success that I have, then comment below start and I'll make sure to create that video for you. I hope that you found this video to be helpful. If you did, then give me a thumbs up, as well as if you're not subscribed to my channel, then be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button as well as that bell so that you can get notified of all of my videos that do drop weekly. I do also have a private Facebook group that's associated with this channel, so I'll leave that link down below in the description box as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.